My name is Susana Anker and I'm a textile worker and a wool spinner. For thousands of years, it was women who devoted their lives to make thread and cloth and clothing. So I load the carding brushes with my fleece, and then it's loaded on the carders and then brushed to make the fibers run straight and also to get the knots and the dirt out. And once the fleece has been prepared, it's ready to be spun into thread.
I'm Steffi Otto. I try to keep old crafts and traditions and customs alive. Here we have two different types of hemp string, different sizes, and I'm just setting. This whole thing is called a rope walk because I have to do a lot of walking. Ropes are very important. I mean, even in today's life, you just use ropes, but you no longer wonder where they come from, what they were made from.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Fallon. I'm a farrier or blacksmith. It's done basically today the way it was 100 years ago. On a flat bar of steel, I make a shoe to fit the horse. We heat it up in the forge to a very high temperature where we can manipulate the steel with a hammer and the anvil.
I was lucky. I met old farmers that were still able to show me this, because it's a very old craft and it's dying out. This is going to be a straw basket. They were made in the times where you had no plastic bags. They were made because the straw didn't cost anything, you know, there was very little money in the country and you just used whatever you had. Straw was widely available because you needed to grow the grain for your animals. So everybody, or most people, would have had straw available.
My name's Dave. I'm an archaeologist. I worked in archaeology for 20 years. So the period of focus that we're looking at today, the 10th century, people would have been living in ring forts like this for hundreds of years, over 1,000 years ago. One of the games that was really popular in early medieval Ireland was a game called Brandúv. And the idea of the game was that if in this case, for example, you're playing white, you were to defend the king and ferry the king and get him to one of the edges of the board. If that happens, the king's side has won the game. The green player, who has twice as many pieces, by the way, to do the job, and he often will need them, is to surround the king on all four sides. And only by surrounding the king on four sides was the king captured.
So we need to remember how people lived long ago and what jobs people had and what tasks and everyday life was like. So to visit a park like Doonashee Heritage Park is a great way to experience how life was long ago.
It's important that we have places like Doonashee Heritage Park because they keep these crafts alive.
To remember what the jobs they used to do and have somewhere like Doonashee is very important for people to come and see where all that work was done, and especially the younger generation that wouldn't have seen much of it.
Places like Doonashee Amenity and Heritage Park act as an interface for the general public to come in and to be welcomed in a relaxed atmosphere, to not to have history rammed down their throats, but to learn it, you know, in a social manner and an organic manner, and they can, you know, buy into whatever they want to, and then it might give rise to future research for that person in one particular aspect of life from the past that they see here. Hopefully that's something you can think about next time you come to visit Doonashee.